Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we'll be covering the basics. In every field of practice, there are certain foundational knowledge that needs to be grasped by someone who wants to rise up the ranks of that practice. Foundational knowledge is always necessary. In the field of construction, there is something called a foundation. I have the privilege of having a father who is a building contractor. Now, a principle that I did grasp from him is that before he can put up a spectacular building for someone to admire, he needs a strong foundation. Failure to have that foundation leaves room for error, and most importantly, building collapse. That's not what we want in the masterpiece we're about to build. In the field of medicine, at least for me, for the education that I had, 2 years of it were spent just learning the foundations of medicine. That makes me understand that foundational knowledge is necessary. So with that said, my 10 minutes starts now. Let's go. The creator and the manufacturer. One of the greatest childhood memories that I have is being raised in a Christian home. Sundays were the best. You get to dress up, at least look nice, Go to a place called a church where there's someone who is teaching us certain things from a book called the Holy Bible. And there were a lot of things that were said, most of which I did not understand. But then with time, my understanding began to grow. In college, I had to take a course as one of the requirements for me to earn my bachelor's degree. And that course was evolution. Now, the ideologies of evolution did not make sense to me. They were very confusing. This is this guy growing up in a Christian home, being raised with the Bible, where I get to read certain things that I was trying to understand. Now, being a grown-up in college, taking a course, that goes against everything that I had learned while growing up. Two different schools of thought. Now, there are certain things that I've realized or that I've seen to be similar between the creator and the manufacturer. And these are part of the foundations that I build these principles on. The creator, I refer to as God. The manufacturer, I refer to as you. Yes, you. I know you're here to create something great that no one can but you. So I know that you are a manufacturer. Now, when you take a look around you, every product that you see, every machine that you use, came from a manufacturer. Now, a manufacturer is a person that came up with a thought or something that can bring a change in this world. But the end product of the thoughts of a manufacturer is a product. One of the products that I'm currently using here is my iPhone. It came out as a thought in the mind of someone, and that person put that on paper, used the resources around, and built that product. Now, for every product that you buy, I don't know the last time you shopped on Amazon, but most likely you began a delivery soon. When you open that product, there is always a booklet or a paper in there called a manual. The thoughts of the manufacturer are written down on this paper called the manual, or the booklet called the manual. Now, everything you need to know about that product is on that paper. The do's and don'ts, even the contact information of the manufacturer is on that booklet. Why? Because the manufacturer gives you access to him or her, the one that created that product. Just in case there's a defect of that product, you have access to go back to the manufacturer requesting for replacement or a refund of the product you had bought. Let me show you an example. All right, so there's an example. This is Sleek Lighting. They have no sponsorship in this video. I'm just using this product as an example. Now, When you take a look at the box, it tells you everything you need to know about the product. How much power consumption, okay? It gives you the brightness. It gives you the lifespan of the bulb. It gives you the base, the voltage. It even gives me the lighting facts here. Also, it gives me the cautions, the things that I can and cannot do. So the do's and don'ts, the manufacturer tells me that. The warranty is also here on the box. So this is an example of what I call the mindset of the manufacturer. This is someone's mindset, and that person created this bulb with the features needed to suit someone's request or someone's desire of using a bulb for a certain purpose. So now they give you the product and they give you every instruction that you need to make sure that you use the product to its best ability. So with that said, the manufacturer's thoughts and ideas are put on a paper or on the product called the manual. Now, when it comes to the creator's mindset, everything that the creator needs you to understand, it's in the manual. The manual, for me, I call mine the Holy Bible. Now, the knowledge that I've gained from this manual has made me more confident in everything that I do or speak about. There are principles for every area that you want to master. Now, when you grasp that principle, it's easier for you to handle any situation that is thrown at you. We see doctors around. You go for your doctor's visit, you speak to your doctor. I'm in training to become one of the best. Now, when your doctor tells you something, you take their word for it because they've been trained, they've asserted themselves to become the best at what they do. Why? Because a doctor has spent several years of their life to gather, understand, and apply the foundational knowledge. It is not by coincidence that one of the major books that we use in the field of internal medicine is titled Harrison's Principles of Internal Medicine. By principle, when a seed is placed in the right environment, it's expected to grow. You don't need to pray over it. You don't need to chant or do burn incense or do anything about it. That is a principle. You get a seed, put it in the right environment, it's supposed to grow. By principle, when sperm meet egg, a zygote is supposed to form. It becomes a fetus, a baby is born, and it grows to become you and I. So in 1992, Ilya Ivanovich Ivanov, the Russian scientist, was the pioneer for artificial insemination. The same thought, right? You get it? Sperm, egg, zygote. Same idea. 56 years later, in Manchester, England, the first artificial inseminated baby was born to Leslie and Peter Brown. For more information of that, I left the link in the description box below. Now, with all said and done, what I want to drive home today is that there is a creator who has given us this manual that we need to live by. Everything you need to succeed in life can be found in this manual. On the other hand, every manufacturer makes their product and they place in it a manual of things that we should follow in order to keep that product functioning the way it should. To tell you the truth, you do not need a PhD to operate that product. Why? You just need to follow the instructions that have been laid down by the manufacturer. In other words, failure to follow the principles or the instructions laid down in the manual by the manufacturer lead to misuse or dysfunction of a product if not used the right way. Let me give you one example. What car do you drive? Most likely your car would need gasoline, unless it's an electric car that needs electricity to charge it, right? Nice. So let's say your car needs gas, it needs petrol. You go to the gas station and then you pay, they put gas in your car, and you drive off. What if your tank is empty and there's no gas station around? By principle, the manufacturer who made that car said that you need to put this kind of diesel or this kind of gas in the car. Now, if you don't do it that way and you just decide to use water, you go to a store, just buy 1 liter of water and just pour it in the tank, the car will not function the way it's supposed to. Why? Because the principle of the car needing that gas or needing that diesel to function has been broken. Now, when that principle is broken, the product becomes dysfunctional. Another example, the fish is meant to be in water. Now, when you go and you take the fish out of water, you do not need to put a knife down its throat. The fish will die. That is how it is. The fish is not meant to live out of water. A seed is a tree. The seed is planted in the ground. The seed germinates, bears fruits, and that fruit has in it a seed. And the seed go planted in the ground again, becomes a tree. The tree gives us the fruit. A fruit has a seed in it. So it's a principle, it's a cycle. If you hold sperm away from an egg, no fertilization occurs, no zygote is formed, no baby is formed. It's as simple as that. Best way to get you not to function to the best potential that you have or to your best ability is by covering your eyes from looking into that manual. Why? Because the manual gives us the principles. When we see these principles, when we understand these principles, when we follow these principles, things need to go the way they're expected to for us to reach our maximum potential and to reach success. For every situation you're in, there is a solution for it. For every business that you're starting today, there is a way to succeed and go beyond the predecessors. Everything you need to succeed is in the manual. Every principle that I'll be bringing to you to help you move to the next level, it's all in the manual. I pick them up, I arrange them in a way that will be more understanding to everyone listening to me. This is the basics. Now, after you grasp this, whatever happens next will be easier to understand. Trust me on that. Things need to work. Things will work. And I believe that you will make it. I want you to stay focused. I want you to be encouraged. The time is now. It's your season. We will make it. I'll see you in the next video. Shalom.